What's going on, guys? It's Steve here, Twisted Trooper, coming to you live from New York City, home and mecca of paintball, MAGFED. We got a great show for you today. On our cast today, on our panel, I'm gonna start out. We have Ed Hoya, s1e2. We have Ghost from New York Savage Beast. Of course, I'm a New York Savage Beast myself. And we have the one and only. You guys who know him, know what he's been through. We'll talk about it in a little while. But without further ado, allow me to bring to you Mr. Adam Lang, Big Titan himself. What's going on there, Adam?
What's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
So, tell me, what's been going on? How was your week, guys?
Anybody want to start? No? I'll start. All right, so I got to see Gabriel Iglesias yesterday, which was awesome. Definitely recommend to anybody that is into comedy. Really excited to start for the next event coming up, not this weekend, the next one, coming real fast at the New Jersey Cousins Baseball. Our first the next event coming up, not this MAGFED.
And Ghost?
You know, just same old. You know, excited for the UMFL victory next weekend on the 29th at Cousins, like Ed said. And can't wait to be there, man.
And you, Mr. Lang, Big Titan.
Man, I'm trying to learn how to do things lefty. So I think for me, it's going to be a pistol once I'm cleared to be up on my feet for longer than an hour or two, you know?
Well, tell me. Tell us. I mean, I know, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people know as well. But there are some people who don't know. If it's okay with you, what happened?
I was coming home from my buddy's birthday, and I was driving my trike. Not like the Polaris. It was a three-wheel vehicle. Had one wheel in the back, two wheels in the front. And someone had left a wooden pallet in the middle of the street on the highway, 95. Mm-hmm. And by the time I saw it, I couldn't go left because there was a car in the lane next to me. So I went right, hit the divider, and flipped over on my head. And then proceeded to cave my face in and tear my both arms off. And they got me to a level 1 trauma facility so quickly that they saved both arms. They cut nerves out of my legs and sliced it in through my wrists into my hands. And they repaired most of my tricep. As you can see, I'm missing a big ass chunk. And then I tore all this skin off, protected my head. So I'm a righty, you know, on that. I have my hand, thank God. You know, if I had went to a level 2 or been, you know, left on the road longer, it would have been a lot worse. But it's been 3 months or more, and you know, it's having to relearn things that you know you cannot do, that you do with your dominant hand. So for me, that's, you know, paintball's always been not a sport for me. I'm not athletic. You know, sport for me is going down to the bar and bouncing people out on their ass when they're too drunk. Paintball is more of a brotherhood, a camaraderie, a bonding, something I did with my team. And, you know, and I think it was Jordan Sloan. You guys know SOCOM said it a couple weeks ago in one of his posts. You know, it wasn't until people started the big traveling across the country where local teams started, you know, that the more they had rivalries. You know, we talk a lot about paintball. It's obviously a rivalry sport, a rivalry hobby, however you look at it. And that's not just between the people across the field from you. You know, sometimes that's between teams, between factions, areas, if you want to say. So it makes the experience of relearning everything, getting back into it, especially in a different territory. I'm from New York, now I'm down here in Florida. You know, I'm Steve size. I'm a big dude. Believe me, I don't like playing in 95 degree weather with 110% humidity. It makes, every element of what we do more interesting.
I can definitely agree with you there. As the big guy to another big guy. Hell yeah.
X-Fog was a savior. I can thank Aaron Bennett for that. X-Fog, for those of you who don't know, for keeping the fog out of your lenses, that thing helped me out a lot, especially in climates like this.
I haven't tried it. I think Cap, you run that, right? In your mask. You have the anti-fog, the X-Fog system in your mask?
Yes, I do. It's actually pretty great.
Game changer for me.
I haven't tried it.
The X-Fog is actually, standing in reviews, the number one fan system you can have attached to your helmet or your head itself. Like, it's really great, man. It gives you the option of running one hose or two hose. And you could just, if you're wearing a helmet, like me, let me do an example. I have it here.
And you, Ed, are you running X-Fog?
No, I am not.
So I run mine just like that. So you can see the X-Fog.
Yep.
And I got the two holes running through the helmet right here in the front that you can see right there. It just that cool air goes right in through the vents of the mask. So it's really great. It doesn't fog up. And it also keeps your forehead and your head pretty cool. Also, to make this battery last long, that's the only thing. You have to run like a portable battery pack. So, this is USB rechargeable. So you run that USB cable, and the small battery pack, I run it in here.
Yep. And
it just runs all day.
So it kind of like what does dual purpose as running as a counterweight as well, or no?
This is featherweight. You're not even gonna weighs nothing.
Yeah, I had it strapped to my Dai i4, i5, just right to the back of it, and you don't feel it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Aaron J. Bennett makes those. He's a good dude. He's on the airsoft scene. But you reach out to him when you want to, one of those things. Tell him Beast sent you. He's a good dude. He's when I started out as a sniper, I thought getting a good scope was the key to sniping. No, being able to fucking see.
Being able to see.
So the X-Fog turned out to be a better purchase than all of my scopes. I mean, at the end of the day, I wound up with an MG that you don't need a scope for, and it just hits what you're pointed at. So I wound up going from a sniper running, I call it a sniper. I shot 1,000 first strikes a minute, but to running to no scope at all. It's about some of the purchases that you don't think you'd make, like a good belt. Go on.
I made the horrible mistake of buying a vest that was just the wrong one to ever buy. It zips. It zips from down up, and while I'm running, it goes down. I start flapping around like I got wings. I was like, "Oh, this is garbage."
Is that the Mad Dog vest?
I don't even know. I bought it off the cousins. It was one of the.
Might be the Mad Dog vest.
All I know is the worst. I was like, "Yo, I'm eventually gonna have to tape it." So the zipper wouldn't go down. I don't know why would they think that would be a good idea. Like,
we got Jason. Jason says he's agreeing. I'm not sure if he's agreeing with you, Ghost, or with you, Ed, or with you, Adam. He goes, "Yeah, for real though, he's not lying." So I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you can elaborate a little bit further, but I think it's
either the belt or the flappy vest.
Right.
Flappy vest.
I'm thinking.
I had one of those. I had one of those too. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, I had one, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the Mad Dog vest.
Like I used to do speedball. I used to go out to speedball and high velocity and play speedball. I just started my first time playing MAGFED. If you remember, Ghost, it was with CT6.
Yeah.
I joined you on that one, and I was like, I just got a MAGFED gun. I want to join in this fun. And throughout the night, me and my teammate Sin ended up being the talk of the night because we walked in wearing ghillie suits. and everybody wanted to know who are the two in the ghillie suit. Who are the two in the ghillie suit? It was me and him. Me and him were just like in the high grasses waiting, and we let everybody pass us, and we'll communicate with each other like, nah, there's too many of them. Let them pass. Like straight out from Call of Duty. Like I can't make these things up. Like it literally felt like we were playing video games. When we were playing this, we were talking to each, communicating perfectly. And when I counted down, he knew exactly what I meant. I didn't have to explain. I was like 3, 2, 1. We would stood up and like we lit up 3 guys that even though they walked right past us, walking past our feet. I mean, within maybe 3 inches from my foot, they walked right past me. Didn't even notice me. And then we just stood up behind them and let them up.
That's happened to me. Not too recent. Before I hurt myself. That as a matter of fact, at Command Decision, North Carolina, I'm laying in the shrub, not moving, literally under a log, in a makeshift gully suit, threw some twigs in my helmet, and guys just walk right by me. I'm like, oh shit, and they're like right there. I'm like, oh shit. And sniping people, yo, where'd you come? Get out, goodbye.
Wasn't it 40 confirmed hits?
Correct. That's correct.
Mistaken.
Damn.
Correct.
That's a lot in one game.
It was 2 days, not one. It was 2 days.
Well, one big event.
One big event, 2 days. It was a lot of fun though.
At night.
Now it's funny you say that. You just started. Only time I ever shot a paintball, round ball, as a child was in 1993. It was, I guess, a Tippmann Stingray or some shit. And it was in Freeport or Oceanside. They had an indoor paintball place.
Oh,
I went there on my 13th birthday.
In Freeport, Long Island Paintball.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So
Long
on
time.
my 13th birthday, we had a birthday party there, and I didn't know what to do, so I'm like, fuck, let's just go shoot people. And that was my first time with a round ball. So then fast forward to what am I now, 40? So my 30s, I played airsoft, but not on a league, just me and a couple, like I lived in apartment buildings in Queens. And me and a couple other people in the buildings all had airsoft guns, and we just like knock on each other's doors and be like, "Oh, it's off!" And we'd play like on a spree, shit like that. So my first time getting involved in MAGFED's got to be going about 5 years now or so. And when I picked it up, the first thing I was introduced to was first strikes, and I'm like, "How could you?" It's literally like having musket balls versus when we came up with the first shaped projectile in war. Why would you go backwards? So I never really shot round ball. The only time I shot round ball after that was in my Die Dam. I got like one of them big ass fucking box things. I ran it as a secondary, and I sold it. I just couldn't stand it. So I'm actually the opposite. You played speedball. And I never did. So I've always been in this MAGFED thing. But I hear now, because I've been out of this for a while, that there's a shortage on first strikes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I'm watching the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, and then I see, everyone's now doing this day trading in a Bitcoin. So now people, it seems, are trading in first strikes.
Yeah.
I've been seeing this on the page.
I'm not sure.
That is insane.
No, they really. I'm actually looking. I saw it on Craigslist. No lie. There is a guy, and I'm looking for it. So I'm gonna post it up. There is a guy. He's selling first strikes in a tube.
I saw that.
In a fucking tube. And I'm looking at it and I'm reading it and I'm like, wait, this has got to be a fucking joke. I reached out to him on Craigslist. It's not a joke. He is selling 25 first strikes in a pill jar for $25. $1 a strike. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And probably picked off the field, the Unbrokens.
Listen, it's a monopoly, right? I mean, it's actually kind of funny because I had asked a question this morning because I knew I already had in my head what we were going to talk about today, but I wanted to add something more to it. And I asked the question. I said, what is your? I think you had commented on it as well, Ghost. And I put it out there. I said, what is the community's idea or what they think about what's going on with the first strikes? It's hard to come by, so forth and so forth. And Justin Schaefer sent me some information as well as EJ, but I actually fact checked Justin's, and what he basically said was that certain manufacturers tried in the past to influence and remove first strike from the industry, which I did verify that to be 100% true. Yeah. There are also certain insurance agents that also try to influence to remove from the industry.
That guy Larry, get bent Larry or whatever that shit was.
But the problem with trying to remove first strike, what they tried to do that they couldn't do is that first strike is really protected. They have so many patents. They're not going to pull the patents. They're not going to pull the product. But it has a low margin for fields. So they often use safety as an excuse to not allow it to be used in their business.
That's the second used excuse is environmental areas. A lot of fields are usually near agricultural, and since the shells don't biodegrade and it can get in the water stream and the watershed and the animals, that a lot of these fields that are near, like I said, on agricultural properties or within them, they use that as an excuse also. Yeah, but the bottom line is it is true. You can't. What's the profit margin on a case of first strikes? $20. The field's not making much. No. And at the end of the day, businesses do have to make a business in order for them to stay forward.
No, you're absolutely right. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help the fact that over the summer and the last summer especially, which I think you and I had talked about this as well. I didn't know this. That the law enforcement was actually using first strike rounds.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they use the pepper ball.
Right.
That's their biggest con. They're at the core, a business is a business, and they're a weapons contractor.
Mm-hmm. Yes, pepper balls and rubber balls.
All right, so
I think it's supposed to be coming back with more first strikes. No.
Oh yeah, they're already vamping them up, I believe, but you won't see it as a player. I mean, big time. You go check the sites. There's people that just bought 3 cases for a game, Florida game down here. The field has extra cases that they had bought from it. So they're prioritizing, their top customers, just like everything else did in COVID. Big companies got Lysol wipes when people, were literally fighting each other in Target for them shits. So
yeah, I mean, even if you order them online, you're gonna sit and wait like 2 months at least for it to be shipped out or you to receive it more. I would say.
Well,
is there a waiting list on that?
There is a waiting list. Actually, matter of fact, because I called this afternoon, I explained to them, I'm new to the podcasting and I'm doing a podcast and we're talking about first strikes today. So I picked the lady's mind, and basically she said, there was a shortage of first strikes because they stopped the civilian aspect of it and focused only on the military and law enforcement. Yeah. Then I said, well, listen, do they plan on manufacturing or starting it up again? The answer was, they already started to do it, but shipments are not going to hit the fields. They're going to hit promoters first. I think Adam had also mentioned that earlier when we were talking behind the scenes.
You'll get fields and the big game promoters will get first access to them, and and they're the authorized retailers that have had accounts for a long time standing and do the best sales. Again, they're going to follow the money. It's like anything else. Can't get mad at it, otherwise it wouldn't exist.
I can't get mad at it. And I understand that, as a sniper, I understand.
Hey, I got those glass tubes for sale. Anyone wants to hit me up?
Well, listen, I know a couple of people that would definitely take you up on that offer. Trust me. Definitely. That's.
Oh
man. How about the ultra spherical first strike powdered rounds? What's the deal with that?
I like them. I like them. I didn't ask her about those. I was more focused on the first strike and the first strike round ball, as a matter of fact, as well.
I like powder rounds for indoor field.
The problem with powder rounds, and my own teammate has shot me with a powder round on the field. The problem with powder rounds is if it hits a part of your Molly vest or your gun, you don't feel it. Yeah, you smell like powder. But then again, you could be standing next to somebody who got shot with it, and you're gonna smell it because it's in the air. So it's like, shit, did I get shot? And I like them, but I don't like them for that one reason, because you really don't know if you got hit with it, and it's easy to go like this.
Before we get lost in the conversation, because again, we only have an hour. I don't want to be stuck talking about first strike rounds. But you guys do know that they're actually trying to make these first strikes and round balls in small pop. They're even sizes of what looks like BBs. All right.
Oh, yeah. 43 calibers.
43 calibers.
Yeah. See paintball and airsoft becoming one, because that's realistically a BB but a paintball.
You've actually seen it?
Airsoft. I used to play airsoft, but I got annoyed at all the cheaters and a lot of happen in airsoft because people get upset of not calling outs.
Right.
But I got sick of it. That's why I got into paintball, because the paintball, you can't argue with the paint.
That's not true. If you've gone to a game recently, that's not exactly true. I see people arguing.
Oh, let me rephrase. There's always going to be cheaters, but it becomes more easier to catch.
Yeah.
You can never prove I shot you when I shot you with a BB. I can prove if I shot you with a paint.
But I think I speak for everyone when I say we've all came to that one point where we almost got into a fist fight in the field with somebody.
Yeah. As a matter of
especially in the beginning, I know you don't like to talk about first strikes, but in the beginning when they were so damn expensive, if I put 3 into you and you didn't call, I'm like, oh, that was like $1, bro.
Bro. we fighting. I shoot you 3 times and you ain't calling yourself. Ghost, you remember that happened to us at Area 53? That happened to me. You and I me and Junski were pushing. Billy was running in the middle at the 50. Some dude came out, remember, and I called the paint check. I shot the dude, and it was actually me and E. When we lit him up. The dude didn't call himself out. Dude, I was yelling, fuck this. I put my gun down. I was like, yo. Don't call yourself out, and if I shoot you with first strike rounds, and you don't call yourself out, we fighting.
As a newbie, that was my mentality. As I got older, I'm like, man, this is why I keep a dump pouch full of mags. Keep wiping. I'm here to shoot.
Hey, then they get even more upset. But hey, you should have raised your hand and walked out like a prisoner.
I'm hit.
Hey, no, but don't get. I'm sure you guys had those times that you don't know that you got shot. Sometimes you don't feel the shot that they're calling you out. Like, I've gotten shot and I didn't know I was shot, and I ended up winning the game, but then I noticed I got shot and I'm like, fuck. Excuse my language, but you feel bad. You feel bad because, especially if you are playing with somebody that was like, we were like playing, it was like practice, but we were playing to see who could do it, who can win. And then all of a sudden I won, but then it turned out I didn't win. So, like, you know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. Like, it does happen. You know, if it happens, you didn't know you got shot, that's one thing. But if you like you guys dump paint on these people and they still don't call, there's a difference. You know what I mean? There's a difference that you made a mistake and you didn't know, and then you're just being a complete.
Let's be real here. Let's be real here. You get hit with a first strike, no matter where you are in the body, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. I've gotten shot on my plate carrier, and the thud alone from getting hit, I know I'm hit. I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm hit. Where am I hit? I don't know. But when I get off the field, I look, I'm hot on the side. You feel it. You get shot with a first strike. Now, most recently, we were at EMR, the Castle Frontlines. We were getting pelted with platinum. It sounded just like we were getting hit with first strikes. you're gonna feel it. Whether you get shot with a 43 caliber, whether you get shot with a 50 caliber, with a 68 caliber, with a first strike, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna know. But the only one you're not gonna know, no bullshit, is the powder ball. No bullshit. In my experience, powder balls, I've gotten shot with powder balls, and I did not even know I got hit with it.
I've gotten shot with first strike rounds, and I did not know I got shot. So I'm gonna have to go against that. It has happened. I'm always the first one to call myself out. But I know I got hit. I'm out. I don't argue. I don't wipe. Once I'm out, I'm out. So, but there are times that I've gotten shot and I had no idea. Talking about me, I run gauntlets. I have no fear of getting shot. I think you guys know I'm like right in the front line. No shame, no game, screaming with the top. You hear me in the battlefield. You will hear me yelling and screaming. Every time I'm in the field, I love hyping players up. If I see that they're scared, I would walk up to them while they're getting lit up. They're like, "What are you scared about? I'm standing right here. Let's go. Let's all move. Let's go. Let's move.
I've experienced that with you. I've experienced when I
Paintballs hurt the most, I would have to say.
platinum.
Ones don't break; they just bounce off.
Platinum.
Those hurt the most, man.
Those hurt. They do. And
Yeah.
managed to get bounced on a speedball event though. When I went to what was it? Long Live tournament with my guys over there in New Jersey.
At Ion.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it was the back of his head.
Got right, and now this teammate is, he's bald almost. Got close to nothing hair. To get shot in the back of the head.
I've gotten shot here, right here, in this general area.
Now that's gotta hurt.
That is very painful. I must say that's probably the worst pain you will feel, because not only do you get the pain, you had the high pitched ringing in your ear, and it's pretty bad, and it ends up giving you a headache if you're not like.
Try
I wasn't ready.
getting shot with a first strike right here.
I remember that. Wasn't I there for that one?
You were there for that one. Right there. I was walking around looking like a hickey for like 2 weeks. Right there.
It doesn't matter if you get shot first strikes or round balls. It still hurts. I'm sure the first strikes hurts more in that area, but it still hurts pretty bad for round balls. It's just it's a tender area. It don't matter what you get hit. With 280 feet per second, it's.
Well, that brings me to my next thing that I wanted to ask. I think. See, I have to go back to the first strike. I'm sorry, Ed. I think also. I also think a lot of the issues that we're having or we're experiencing also has to do with a lot of after the guys, because I've seen it myself and I've called out guys and I've gotten into argument with people. After they get chrono, they go back and they
tweak it up a little.
Tweak it up. So that's the problem. That's a big problem, because you shoot what I don't give a damn what ball it is. If it's round ball, first strike, 50 cal, 30, doesn't matter. You shoot that, you raise that velocity up, you're fucking it up for everybody. Period. Because now somebody gets hurt.
That happened down here like 2 years ago. Bad.
Real quick, let me state this to any of the viewers that watch this. Just realize one thing. First off, if you're shooting round balls, anything higher than 280, you risk of breakage inside your gun. Right? Those paints are not meant to be shooting at 300 feet per second. You're going to end up jamming and damage your gun by doing stuff like that. Secondly, it's a game. Okay, we're all out there to have fun. Okay, ranking up a gun to shoot. I've seen players come out with shooting 360. All right, that's insane. That is insane.
Especially when we let 10-year-olds on the field.
Exactly, you're jeopardizing lives.
Big time.
All right. The one person that I caught doing that, and I personally knew it. Like, you can hear a gun shoot strong. You can hear that they're shooting a little too loud. So when I hear it, I immediately call it. I don't care what you want to say to me. I don't care what you feel about it. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. If you're going to shoot hot, I am going to call you out. All right? We're all here to play a game and have fun, not to hurt anybody.
Huh?
All right. When you're shooting at that type of velocity, you're going to break mask. Okay. And
Which
I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen also. We actually the event we had at the beginning of the year, Black Hawk Down. Do you remember, Cap? Somebody got shot in the mask, in the face mask. The first strike embedded itself in the mask.
Yeah.
Now I've shot people headshots. I'm called Double H because I'm the headhunter. No lie. And I've shoot people with my rifle and it doesn't go penetrate their mask. For you to penetrate somebody's mask with a and it wasn't even a first, it was a round ball. Or was it a first strike?
It was the first strike.
It was a first strike? Oi. Yeah, you know,
we had a first strike penetrate a T-15 shell, magazine. I think it was Angel to God during one of the big games. Yeah, if memory serves me correct, the first strike penetrated his T-15 mag.
That was crazy.
You know, the thing is, I understand you want to go and you want to win, you want to play, you want to have fun, but to go out and turn up, these velocities are set for a reason. For a reason. Because you think you're going to get a shot, the ball's going to drop at a longer distance. Oh, I'm going to turn it up. It's going to go a little further. No, it's not going to go further. Aerodynamics is aerodynamics. You're not going to change that. What you are going to do is you're either going to shoot somebody's eye out, literally, blind them, give them a concussion, blow out an eardrum, cause some serious damage. And and that's my opinion. I don't think that people are thinking straight when they, I'm going to get chrono, I'm going to get the sticker, and then when I come off the chrono, whoop, I'm going to turn it up. What is that doing? All that's doing is, you're getting your ball out at what expense? At somebody else's expense, because they could get hurt.
Yeah.
Then what?
So I think I want to touch a real good topic right here real quick. As far as stuff like that in the field, it's great that refs come out constantly to chrono people in the field and make sure their markers are at 280, no more than that. Sometimes it's gonna be a little less. That's fine. It's still flowing good, as long as it doesn't pass that 280. But when I say, and I hope there's a lot of refs that's gonna see this and listen, if you see a player hiding behind a bunker or something like that and is ready to make an approach because he's going for a mission, ref, please don't give away the player's position. Like, can you at least wait a minute before you chrono him and give his spot away? Come on, let's be serious about that.
Well, what was it? We were at an event. I'm not going to say the name of the event that we were at, but
we was at EMR. I'm going to say it for you. We was at EMR, okay? I ain't going to say the ref's name because I don't know his name, all right? Look at this little guy. What are you doing? So we was at EMR, and I was getting ready to run into the castle. No one at the castle knew I was behind these blue drums, and I was literally pretty much almost at the doorstep of going into the castle. And the ref is just standing there, he's looking at me, looking at the guys that is in the castle shooting. He's looking at me, and then he goes, "Hey, let me chrono you real quick." I'm like, "Yo, ref, are you serious? You couldn't just wait a little while longer? You just made my spot." And after he did that, when I tell you, I had so many shots coming my way, I was pinned down. I couldn't even move. I could not move. It was like if I pull a pinky out, it's gonna get shot. Like, that's how crazy it was.
Well,
I've noticed it, Tomo. They do that in a lot of fields. It's not just them. They do that in a lot of fields, especially if it's the refs are there and their friends on the opposite team. I see they do it. They'll stand near you. They'll stand right near you. If they feel like you're gonna get shot out, they'll stand right there. And people players that play a lot, they know that. They look for the refs. because they know if they see refs, there's probably someone there.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I was going to say. Is Go said the field. So, but I was going to say the same thing. It was like and I'm experiencing it more and more. That now, even though the ref is calling a paint check or a chrono check, you're still in play. And it happened to me at EMR. I wasn't running my sniper rifle. Unfortunately, I was given bad information by an individual who shall remain nameless, Ghost. I'm sorry. So I bought my TMC, or what was it? Yeah, TMC. Not TMC, the Bravo 1, the hopper gun. Regardless, it's not a bad gun, but all right. It's the only hopper I had, that and the spider. So, ref comes. I'm in the beginning of the field pushing in. Ref comes. Hey, I gotta check your gun. Are you serious? Are you right now? Are you in the middle? Are you serious? Stop me. By the flag, as a matter of fact, when I called on the radio, remember? They were right by the flag. Right by the flag. I was like, are you serious? He goes, yep. I got shot. Got off the field. Got shot. Out of all places, it got shot right there. Right there. The back of the ear. Oh, man. I didn't play the rest of the day, bro. I had a headache the rest of the day.
Yeah, that does happen.
Right there.
What I like most, before we go on, what I like the most is, like it or not, things like this happen. You know what I mean? But what I love is that we, instead of, like, for instance, remember CT6, the night game, where the ref was pretty much giving our position away the whole damn time. And the opposite team, and her, was taking full advantage with the night vision. And we had nothing. I think we had, smoke, and one person might have had night vision, but that was it. It was me, you, Ghost. We were doing the mission. Remember how we had to get up to the thing and bring those barrels down?
Arrows down? Oh, my God.
Yeah. So what I like about it, even though we had no night vision and the rest were giving up our position, we still managed to complete the mission.
Yeah, we did.
We got pinned right near the end. We got pinned. You and I were moving so tactical. I swear to God, it was like straight off military status. I went, he tapped me, he went, I tapped him, I went. It was so perfectly, perfect teamwork at that moment. And all of a sudden, I hear a whistle whoosh, right past my ear. And someone was aiming at me. And I said, contact, left side, 11 o'clock. And then you started shooting at that location, and it went quiet. And we started telling I forgot the other two guys that were with us. They were not our teammates. I know that. It wasn't no Ice and no Ghost. No, it wasn't none of your guys. But these other guys were there, and we pretty much locked that corner down before they could get to the corner where we had all of our what was it? Well, it was barrels, right? It was barrels?
It was blue barrels and white barrels. Mind you, they were filled with, I'm talking about 55-gallon drums. Now, we were told, the question was like, how the hell, if we want to get all these points, how the hell are we going to take these barrels down this hill? This is insane. They're heavy. Hey, you never said we couldn't empty them out. Emptied them out and just kept rolling them down the hill.
You were dragging two, kicking one.
Well, what about you, Mr. Lang? What about you, Titan? What kind of experiences you had on the field?
Man, I've had I think my funniest experience on the field is with Javish Garcia, the Troll Pope, in California at Dominion 2. I think it was Dominion 2. It was my first or my second Dominion. Anyway, I got food poisoning the second I left the airport out of JFK. Yeah, I made the mistake of eating a JFK buffet. I fucking got food poisoning out of JFK. Landed in California. My teammate Maurici and Javish spent the whole night taking care of me. And the next morning, got on the field completely fucking sick to my stomach. Played my ass off all day that day. All day the next day, and then 15 minutes to the end of the day, while we were down, we wound up one in our team, our side. But bust my ankle, completely wide open on the field. And the ref sees it, comes running up to me. He's like, hold on, I'm going to call in to get you off the field. I'm going to call in for them to stop the game. I'm like, what are you crazy? There's 15 minutes and we just pulled the momentum. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. So Javish and me found this big-ass stick, to make a long story short, and I used it as a cane and got myself in a nice little kill position and just started sniping people going for the bank. And I don't know, Javish stopped counting at like 23, 24 kills. I was just racking them up. So that was one of my craziest experiences, was that 2-day event. Stick to my stomach, but giving it every fucking ounce I had.
Wow.
Now that we're talking about that, real quick, how many of you guys have ever played a game, like you haven't played in a while, and then you played a game, and you kind of got like, you weren't physically ready for the game?
Every game I played.
Every single fucking game.
When I went to, it was after COVID, and the first event started up, and it was New Jersey Top Gun. And I went for my friend Daniel. Renegade, I think the team's called. They're actually going to be joining a Cousins soon, which we're trying to get them sponsored by Cousins. But that game, I swear to God, I could have died. I honestly felt like I couldn't breathe. Like towards the end of the day, me and my girl, we were over there with freaking asthma pumps. This little boy wanted that I gave my patches to. Remember, I used to give patches to kids and stuff. I gave the patch to a little boy, and the little boy comes up to me, and I'm dying. I barely could breathe, and I'm over here with the asthma. He's giving me a water gun, and he's trying to play with me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Just give me a minute. I need to catch my breath, and I'm like, again, I'm not able to breathe, and it's to the point that I ended up falling asleep in my car. Me and my girl knocked the hell out in the car. We missed the whole end game part because we couldn't breathe. Like it was bad. I was like, wow, we really weren't ready that day. We were not ready at all for that event.
That's me every game. I think, actually, to be honest with you, oh yeah, Jason goes, I'm hungover every game. Ask about me.
Oh yeah, he just doesn't go to AA meetings.
Damn. That's bad. Yo, Jay, that's him. You can go talk to him about that one. You know what?
I want to hear more.
Let me. Well, comment. Yeah, they're coming in. They're trickling in. They have a lot of watching, but
how many of you guys out there that are watching has gone to an event completely not ready?
well, let's see. Well, we got one. We have Juan Ruiz, aka Fat Boy. Fax him too. Jason's blaming. Jason says it's mostly Cap's fault. Henny coladas.
Wait, what? I don't see that.
Yeah, right there. I'm looking at the. I'm right on the chat right now.
No. Henny coladas my ass. They haven't gone around for a while.
Let's see. You have Fat Boy saying fax me too. Caesar. Yeah, him too in Maryland. You see, it's looking like you a bad influence, Cap. You get everybody drunk.
It was no Henny coladas in Maryland. There was no drinking at all in Maryland, unless it was water.
I don't know. That's what they're saying. But
No, they're calling out, bro.
They're confusing that for which was it? North Carolina. No, it wasn't North Carolina.
North Carolina, we were drunk too. We were all drunk.
We're drunk. But anyway, there's always drunk moments.
Yeah, see, look, Juan Ruiz, it's all Cap's fault. Wow.
Me, all right.
I see some. I hear some demotions coming down the pipeline.
No, you know what? It's all right. No demotions. Don't ask me for nothing. Drink that. No.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me. Where do you see MAGFED and paintball going? The way it's going right now, if it continues, where do you see it going? It's a deep question. So it's a
I got
I mean-
the answer for you.
I mean, we have a lot of individuals that, from the old school to the new school that are really trying to take MAGFED to the next level and thinking outside of the box. So, to be honest, MAGFED is not going to die anytime soon or period. It's just we have a lot of people in the MAGFED community doing a lot of positive to change up the whole, game. We have scenarios and events that are pretty much almost realistic, which gives it a really great kick, like defusing a bomb, capturing hostages and so forth, a whole lot of play like that. And just not only that, just switching the game around and doing, positive things in the MAGFED community. Like for the youth, for example, like, doing a fundraiser for a nonprofit youth organization, which is something that I got going on really big for May of 2022 with the National Police Paintball League. It's also UMFL is also going to be involved in that. Grind Brothers Paintball League is also going to be involved in that. We got a lot of people coming out to support, and like I said, MAGFED is not going anywhere. We're trying to do a lot of positive things with that. There's always going to be hiccups. There's always going to be people that are going to, try to diminish or ruin the MAGFED community, with their stupidity. But, we can get around that. We can always get around that and above it, so it's just my take.
Before I go into the comments, because we have a lot of comments coming in now, I'm going to get everybody's insight on this. So I'm going to go to Adam, to my left, and then I'm going to go down to you, Ed. Being that you're OG, I consider you an OG because, you've been around. What is it that you see different from when you first started playing MAGFED as opposed to what you see now? How you see it going?
Just like anything growing, it's going through stages. And the stages that before COVID happened was a stage called bickering. And all the terrible twos, whatever you want to call it. So anything that has an early on beginning, and like I said, I started 5 years ago, and that's kind of around 5-6 years ago when First Strikes really started becoming the mainstream or a thing. So all the guys I came up with it in are old school, as you would say. I just think it's the constant challenges and changes of an ever shifting and ever changing environment, and that's again not only on the team you're playing against, but within your own. And then add COVID into the mix. I mean, what's going on with MAGFED is like every other business out there. It's going through just disaster. And it's not what do you do with handling that. It really isn't, because you can handle it terribly or you can handle it well, and MAGFED's going to go on. The world's going to go on. So it really isn't. That's how I see it. I see it as just evolving. Like anything that grows does.
Ed?
All right. Well, just to make it quick, I agree with every single thing that Ghost and Beast has said as of right now. It's not going to go anywhere. My dreams of seeing this grow, I want it to be just like NXL or any of those. I want to be on TV. That's where my goal for this whole United MAGFED Legions to be. I want it to be just as popular as NXL. You want to get a ring, you get a ring. You want to get a belt, you get a belt. You know what I mean? We want to build this to the players' expectations. That's what I want, and that is my goal. And we're doing all right. Granted, we're new, and I'll stand right beside that. We are new. We are going to grow. We already achieved more than we have, like Ghost stated. We have things that other games that you'll never see at a speedball event. You don't ever see Master Chief out there. You won't ever see an RPG out there. You'll never see an RC bomb out there. You know what I mean? These are the only things you'll see at MAGFED events. You want Call of Duty, we're trying to make it Call of Duty.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you. To add my insight to it, I'm relatively new to MAGFED, but I have grown to love it more than the air I breathe. It's a bug, but where I see it going, if it continues on the track that it's going, it's not going to go anywhere, but it's just not going to be as fun anymore if it continues the way it is, where you have people with the mentality and mindset that they're going to do things their way and only their way only. It doesn't work like that. It's a community. It's what's for the community, not for what's for the individual. That's just my take on it. And then, we have other comments that are coming in. Justin Safer, MAGFED's getting watered down. We are Walmarting it. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure how they consider it being watered down. If you can elaborate a little bit further on that. Jason, I see positive and negative in the sport coming. I see a lot of positive and negative.
As that, of course.
Yeah, there's positive and negative in a lot of things. In a lot of things in life. I wouldn't just say paintball, but I do see a lot of negative and a lot of positive. I agree with you on Jason. Jason also says, I see licensing eventually needed for our markers because it's getting so popular, unfortunately. That's interesting. Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I can definitely see that happening with everybody. And then my fear is what kids did with the speedballs when they were popular back in the day. They used to take it out in the streets and do dumb things with it.
Yeah, like some people are doing now, and they're streaming it live on YouTube, which is the dumbest shit ever. Like, you're messing up. That's not what paintball is about. You going out with a group of friends, just shooting each other, no mask, no nothing, shooting strangers in the street. Like, and that's fun. You get 100,000 views off of that. Like it's cool. That's not cool. You messing it up for the real paintball players, MAGFED and both speedballers. You're messing it up for our real community. Like, come on, man, that's not cool.
I'm pretty sure I speak for all of us that we wish we can get those guys in an actual field and show them what paintball is really about. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that. Because how many times I see those videos when they shoot like random strangers, I'll be like, yo, how about you and I go in the field one-on-one? Let's go. I'll show you what paintball's about. Let's go. I know why any paintballer out there, real paintballer that see those videos, I can guarantee that at one point they stated, I would love to face this kid in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Got the elaboration from Justin. MAGFED community is becoming everything we left in open class. That's not me bashing open class. Competition is shrinking, not growing in MAGFED. What do you guys think about that?
I think you got to give it a shot. If you're going to sit there and say that we're not growing, I think we already show we're growing. We're here. We're in Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, California.
And Texas.
Texas, yeah. Sorry? And Texas. We have Texas as well.
And Texas. We're definitely growing. You're just not seeing it. And I will state that if you feel that way, you can feel that way. But I would say come out, try it out if you haven't already, because you haven't tried any of our events yet. You've only tried what's already out. Give us a try first.
I kind of agree with what Justin's saying next. He's saying that the player base that just wants to shoot and make videos, aka selfish hockey, are growing, while players who want to, I guess he's trying to say who want to do missions, are shrinking. Numbers don't mean growth. I do see it. I host more games than some of you have played. Interesting. it left me speechless there because I'm, you know, see, oh wait, there's more. He says there are more players playing MAGFED than before. Well, yeah, there are more players growing. There are more players playing MAGFED than before because it's showing that it's growing.
I mean, if somebody wants to make a video, there's nothing wrong in doing a video and showing everyone see the play. You know what I mean? But as far as like missions, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would love to do the whole mission, you know, the whole scenario. And that's what people look for, you know, like a scenario game, you know, defuse the bomb, or et cetera and et cetera. That's what people look for. Maybe not a lot of event fields that host MAGFED games do the whole mission plot and, you know, for the most part, the ones we do.
Well, I know I know what Justin is saying in the sense because I've experienced it, not with my team and not with other teams that I play, but with individuals that I come across on the field. He's saying there's nothing wrong with video. That's not what he's saying. That's not what he means. But I think I know what he means. That the caliber of player that is coming out to play is not playing the way Beast, the way Ghost, the way Ed, the way I, or anybody else would play. They're coming onto the field with a certain mindset. And then I think that falls into the category, what we said earlier, where the individuals who tweak up their marker and, you know, they want to do what they want to do. Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know?
Makes sense.
So I see. So he's saying, yeah, that's what, and I agree. I've experienced it myself, Justin. I've experienced, and I'm pretty sure that you guys, you know, Beast, I'm pretty sure Ghost, I'm pretty sure Ed, all of us have experienced that at some point. But, you know, which in it by itself, as you said, is bad. Yes, Justin, it is bad. But you know what it also means? It means that the sport of paintball and the small sliver of paintball, which is MAGFED, is now growing. When it grows, just like an expansion in business, you're going to get unfortunately, there's no vetting process in the paintball. Anybody can play paintball. I can go to my neighbor and say, hey, let's go play paintball. He's never shot a paintball a day in his life, and he'll go. Unfortunately, that is what we're experiencing, and I guess times have changed dramatically from the early 80s, early 90s until now. Obviously, everything is evolving. And, you know, unfortunately, nothing stays the same. You know, people are going to change. But I do agree with you. I definitely do agree with you, Justin.
I can agree also with that aspect of in the MAGFED. You know, I can relate to that.
You know, like it or not, there's going to be situations like that, though. And no matter what, and I'm sure there's people that do that in speedball. Like, it's going to be there. We can't control that. But what we can do is to make sure that everyone has fun at a field. What we can do is make sure that players out there aren't shooting high. Catch them before they hurt someone. That's all we can do. Okay, so if you're gonna judge a sport for all the bad seeds, it's like judging the cops for all the bad cops. There's good cops out there. There's good players out there. There's good in anything.
That's
all
true.
Because of one bad doesn't make it all bad. Yes, I do agree with them 110%. Unfortunately, it does happen. And I am sure I speak for all of us when I say it sucks. But we are trying to make something out of nothing and then trying to make it better. Not for what we see it, but what you want, the players. We're trying to build something to make you, the players, happy, satisfied, enjoy your time. Catch some nice videos out there if you are about that life. But you do it the right way.
Beast?
I mean, it's completely. What did Doug Brown say? I guess I'll paraphrase. There's more than one way to MAGFED. When I started it, like I said earlier on, I started out more of wanting to do a sniper position. I transitioned to a pistol. I never really ran with cameras because I don't get too into tech. But it goes to where you were saying how you'd like to see this yourself on TV. Some people do have that, and I get it. And I get where Justin's coming from, where some of those people have absolutely no care on hosting a game, putting together people, contacting the field, making sure that there's players in play, making sure the paintball's in order, making sure that there's an actual game people want to, play, and then finding the two different types of people out there, those that just don't give a shit about any of them and just want to go out there and unload because they had a bad week. And their therapy is putting paint on skin. And then you have other people that in the MAGFED community that's separated from, I guess, that aspect of it. I never was brought up in that aspect of it, although I do appreciate getting my money's worth of paint on skin, I will tell you. But I was brought up with more of the camaraderie, the more to it than just running out there and capturing a flag. As Justin says, they do. It's MAGFED Society when they put on great fucking games. You can't deny that. And then your question is how do you take that to the next step? Kimbo Assassin actually did that very nicely. Marry the two. If you look at any of Antonio's mag wars,
as a matter of fact,
action, you have pistols, you have magazines, you have drones, you have race cars, you have smoke things, you have multiple cameras,
exactly
POVs. It's everything you guys are you and yourselves are growing into. I think it's kind of cool to see the differences, but then again, I'm not as into it anymore, especially up in your area now that I'm down here with the the Florida man. And let me tell you, Rob Zeno and Doug's crazy band of you don't want to fuck with these guys. These guys are out here in 95 degree, like I said earlier, 110 humidity, and they're out there playing like animals all summer long.
Let's see. We got Jimmy Sun that says the return back to the origins. Jimmy Sun, which I'm gonna try and see if I get him on the show. Justin says the Beast is the best Overwatch I've ever had.
Oh, it's just because I said I was a sniper, except that I ran 32 magazines of first strikes, and I had an itchy trigger finger.
Jimmy says I got a kidney for you.
If anyone got near my boys, I was the one fucking putting down some firepower, and I wasn't afraid to waste $800 in a game on first strikes. And Ben will tell you that from his fishing boat.
Mag War is a great example of catering to the demographic. Again, from Justin. Mag Wars. So I mean, overall, we're all on the same boat.
Your customer base. Yeah, know your customer base.
Basically.
And that in itself, like I said earlier, is growing. It was new. Shit, it was new when I got into it. I'm an old fuck. It was new. It was more underground. I remember going to, a few of the outlaw fields. And yeah, I guess that's as Schaefer said, Walmarting it. That's a good way to paraphrase that one. Diluting it. Different people found different strokes, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's many different ways to MAGFED. Enjoy your MAGFED. That's the biggest thing, is enjoy your MAGFED.
That we're on the same boat there. I wanted to touch base on that. Like Justin raises a good question. He raises a good valid point, and sometimes I don't agree with him. He kind of gets a little, did I just block him from an event page or whatever? But the sport of paintball is evolving. MAGFED, since I've come onto the scene myself, has changed dramatically. Things have gotten better. Things have gotten worse. Up and down. But one thing that I do see, the one consistent that I do see, is that even though we have different opinions and different factual or different ideas, it's growing. It's no doubt about it. It has grown and it continues to grow. But the one thing that I really see is that for a community to survive and thrive, you have to be willing to support one another. And that's the one thing that I see that does not really happen. That there's no support. There's no, if you, for example, Adam, through an event, and I'm going to come to your event. If I could, I'm going to come. I'm going to show my support. I'm going to come and I'm going to do your event. I'm not going to, talk negative about your event, trash it before I even go to it, or, put it down. And I've experienced that. I've seen it. I've heard it. We've ran events. My team, we've run events. My league, we're putting events together. And I understand what Justin is coming from, that you have your it's all around, but you can't stay complacent with the way things used to be, because then there's no progress. Do I make any kind of sense there? MAGFED paintball started one way. Obviously, it has to evolve, right? It has to evolve. MAGFED started one way, and it's evolving, but you have to let it evolve. You can't just say, well,
force it
here and this, right? Come to this point and no further. You know what I'm saying? But retaining the rules and the way it was when it first came onto the scene. I think that's what a lot of guys are trying to do, is hold on to then and now and merge it together. Because I've caught video of Jimmy's son. I've caught video of numerous guys, and when Jimmy does his live stream and he's ranting, he's going at it. He's like, well, Mag dumped this and Mag. He's going at it. He's passionate, and there are people that are passionate about it. I know you for one are passionate. I know that this man right here, that if he wasn't put together with titanium and metal, more metal than the Empire State Building, I'm sure he'd be on the field too. Ed as well, myself as well. But it's all part of change. I mean, it's growing.
Listen, the best way to say it is the caterpillar loved being a caterpillar until it turned into a butterfly. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You can't be scared of change. It's just another way to call evolution, which is how you survive.
There's also, I've noticed in the MAGFED community, there's also, I'm the best, or we're the shit, or this is all, nobody's better than anybody. We should all stand on the same damn step. You know what I mean? Nobody's better than anybody. We're all in here to do the same thing, have fun, most of all, play the game, give each other respect, and just, that's it. I'll see you on the next field. There's too much personal animosity going on with a lot of teams personally. Some teams I know, and I'm not going to sit there and act like we're perfect too, because we have our own personal problems with certain individuals that I won't mention. But that has to. I speak for everybody, myself, my own team too, because I'm not a hypocrite. That just it kind of kills the sport a little bit, and it has to stop. We're supposed to be one big family helping each other grow, and unfortunately that. It's not happening as much,
There's a saying that I like to say, and it might sound corny as hell, but I do follow it a lot. I'll never back down. I'll never let anyone bring me down. I'll always give it 100. As long as you do that, it doesn't matter who's trying to ruin you, like it or not. A hater is going to hate. But what you should be doing is taking those haters and use it as fuel to grow. That's the only thing you got to do. Like it or not, yes, I'm sure, and most of the people watching knows exactly what's going on and why we're saying what we're saying. But it doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't stop that. But instead of sitting there and saying it needs to stop, no, let it go. Because one day or another, people are going to see the true colors of those people and then see the true colors of us. And the one thing that I want to make sure that we don't do the same. If we want, the number one way to stop something is to become that something. And that's the only thing. We won't become the negative. We will become the positive. We will make the change. That's it. That's all we can do. At least try our best. We're not, like you stated, we're not perfect. Trust me, we're far from perfect. We're not no little angels here. But as long as if we want a community, then we'll build a community, with or without that, without those. So it doesn't matter. The way I see it is what it is. If you do not like it, then you won't like it, and I can't stop it. I can never change your mind. I have no control over it, so I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. I'm just going to keep pushing and keep growing and do my best to do better next time. That's it.
Let's see. A lot of comments coming in. Oh my god. The same time, again, Justin Safer. The same time, the hobby needs healthy competition. Jimmy Son, shit posting gives the hype for any event. So I guess, shit posting is something that. Listen, I do it. I'm guilty of it. I'll post shit on an event. I'll be like, "Yo, we're coming at you," or I've done it. I'm guilty of it. Most recently on a call out, I've done it. So shit posting does hype it up.
Yeah, but then you have these really shitty. How do I say it? These real shitty memes that are so non-relevant and make no sense that certain people put up.
Yeah,
Can you just do some meme research before you make your own meme? Because it's just woo.
Well, look, I gotta tell you something that happened very recent. I actually spoke to another individual about it. It happened to me. It happened to another individual. He posted up on an event. He was going to go to an event. There was some shit posting going on, and he just walked right into the middle of a shit post, and it turned bad fast.
Oh man, I mean, not mean to laugh, but I've seen that on almost every shit post.
Yeah, I mean, when a guy shit posts, like, I'm not shitting on you. I'm not talking shit about you. I'm talking shit to hype up the event. It's kind of like what a boxer does. A boxer comes in, they go on for the weigh-in, they talk shit to each other. But there has to be a level. There has to be some kind of medium, there has to be a common sense light that goes off. Yeah, go ahead. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just jump right in.
I didn't want to intrude. I want you to freeze what you were saying and just shove this in there real quick. The way that the problem is when players shit talk, it's when the other player has no idea that it's happening. When we run an event, like Cousins does an event for Dark Ops, and they get two generals. The two generals communicate and they state to each other, "Look, I'm going to be talking shit. Don't pay no mind. It's just to hype up." They both agree to it, and then the shit talk begins. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes people shit talking, and then all of a sudden the player gets sucked in, and they're like, "What the hell? I didn't even read. Why? What's going on? I have no idea." That's where they get offended. That's why, because they weren't ready for it nor saw it coming.
Is that player part of a team, or is this like a walk-on?
No, I'm talking about like events. So when you post an event,
because like what you just said there, and that's your own team's letdown, I think. Because I used to shit post everything. To me, it was like watching WWF growing up as a kid. I'm not really fighting with D Block. You guys know Damon. I'm not fighting with him for real, but I've gone against SAS in almost everything, and I've shit talked him so much. But we're friends. But at the same token, we go hard. So my question to you on that is, if a teammate doesn't understand that, that's more of a failure of the team to be like, "Yo, like you just said, the two generals agreed that this is going to be hyping up an event, and we're going to talk shit." So that was my only question in your story is who does that fall under? Because I've had some new people, individuals say, "Hey, I don't like all this arguing going on. I don't understand it. I think it's real." Okay, I get that. You have nobody to guide you. But if it's part of a team, then that's a failure of the team.
That's my point, though. That's exactly what you just stated. It's when they don't see it coming. That's the problem. That I'm not stating. Listen, I've seen many, and I've been involved in many shit talkings And as long as we're all on the same page, no one gets hurt. You know what I mean? No one gets butt hurt. But there are some of those players that just will take it, and they get offended very quickly.
Yeah. And if you're from New York like us, we give it to you even harder than once we find you out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Jimmy San just commented and said Beast was the kingpin of shit posting. LOL. I remember the banter and the shit talking and the pre-game hype.
Oh man, we had a whole goddamn rap war because of that shit on.
Well, listen, we're coming to the end of the stream. You guys, any plugs that you guys want to put in? Any, I know Adam, I know Beast, you have a CBD company. You have some businesses you might want to plug.
Man, I'm plugging you three right now. I'm plugging myself on my couch in my bed and continuing my rehab. Right now, I've shut everything down. I'm taking the due time I need to heal right, because every time I try to, after every injury I've been through, as you said, spinal reconstructive replacement surgery, knee surgeries. I got pins in my arm, this is all titanium here. They went in through the mouth, cut into here, cut into this side, and this is holding my whole left side of the face up. So I got me time and learning how to shoot with my left fucking hand. But for the time being, that's it. It's gonna be rest. That's why you said, Steve, you haven't heard from me in a while. And when we talked earlier this afternoon, I said, "Fuck it, this is gonna be fun," because I got some rebuilding of myself to do. And one of the biggest things I said in the beginning of this is the MAGFED community. Whether it's your team, another team, a friend that you have across the country that you met on one of the traveling events that you did. This, to me, is a stronger bond than AA and NA, and I'm 10 years, off of my addiction, and most of that time was spent, either on the field or in the pages of MAGFED.
Well, personally, playing MAGFED, playing paintball, period, but coming out with the guys and hanging out, and it's therapeutic. I said this once before, and Justin from Liberty Warlord said, it shouldn't be like that. You should go out there and just look forward to having fun. And I do have fun. I do have fun when I play. When I'm having a bad week, I feel bad for the person that's in my sights, because in my crosshairs, because he's going to get double tapped in the face. And I take out my frustrations. It's not fair. It's not right, but kind of, for me, going to play paintball and MAGFED is like going to the gym for most people. You go out, you burn out your energy. And that's, for me, that's what MAGFED does. Ghost?
Paintball in general for me is it's a thing for me. It's like my go-to place. You know what I mean? It's where I feel comfortable. It's where I feel like I'm separated from the world, and it's just I'm in my own zone. It's the one time I literally don't even look at my phone. I'm in the field. I just, I've been trying to call you, and hey man, don't blame me. I'm here. This is what I'm doing right now. It's like you said, it's therapeutic for me, but not just to release anger on somebody else that has no fault, but it's my go-to place where I can just free my mind, have fun, forget about the rest of the world, just disconnect myself and connect myself into the matrix with my brothers here in the paintball world, and just talk paintball for hours and just show what I got, show what the next person got, and oh man, that's cool. Learn different things from different people. There's always a lot to learn in the paintball community, especially MAGFED. So that's just what it is for me.
Oh, go on to some couple of, did I get you, Ed? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. No, I'm pretty much agreeing with all you guys. It is my go-to, and when I'm out there, I'm a totally different person than I am in real life. Like I said, anybody that has played with me can agree that I am very into the game. And I have no problem screaming. I have no problem making sure everyone that far away can hear me, and make sure that I see the ones that are scared and hesitating. I'll push them. I'll be like, let's go. You got this. Just do it. Like, I love motivating players. I love seeing new people out there, and I try to help them out as my best as I can. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I do try and enjoy, and then I'll help everyone else enjoy. And that's my main goal. I'm sure anybody that's watching that has played with me have seen me have no problem giving someone a pod, or giving someone even first strike rounds if they needed it, and I need them to stay in the field. I'll be like, here, just take this, just keep shooting, keep playing, don't stop. And it's nice. It's a nice environment, and I enjoy it very much.
And to top it off, it's not a sport if you don't talk shit. So you got to talk shit.
I agree. I definitely agree. Really quick.
I've done a little dance and trying to make someone shoot them. Come on.
really quick before we sign off. What the hell did somebody say? Ants, the best rap battle in MAGFED history, and that was directed to you. So, what the hell is this song they're talking about? Why don't you can we preview it?
Nah, listen, it started place between me and Nico Serrano, sick with it, and Antonio Falcon got involved with it. I don't know. It was a prelude to one of the 0 hours, and I was just going in on sick with it. We were going back and forth on each other, and it just turned into this rap battle that was on one of the. It's on the event page, I think. It's in one of the comments. It went on forever, but it was one of the most epic. That one was one of my most favorite ones. Or when Max Hans did the WCW intro. I'll have to find that and send it to you, Steve.
You send it to me. I will post it up on the link.
The whole East Coast was in. Where was it? Wherever we were talking shit to all the guys out in California for one of the Minions, and it was just epic. I'll find it.
According to this, if you were there, you were there. Ants and crabs. I guess that was the topic of your rap game.
No, that was one of the things going back and forth for the 0 hour series. Was your team either had to answer crabs, but Jimmy probably has the damn freaking rap.
Jimmy's son, if you got the rap, please send it to me on the podcast chat. I would love to put it up there so I could poke fun at this big titan here, because he's been MIA for some time. And now that I know that he's alive and he's still around, because I was a little worried, now I'm definitely going to keep on him. But if you have it, Jimmy, please forward it to me so that I have something to tease the big titan with. He says he's going to look for it. That was like in 2016. What? That's that long ago.
Yeah, the 0 hour event page. I think. I'm pretty sure.
That's a long time to the fact that he's bringing that out right now. Jesus.
Well, that's the kind of camaraderie that it has. To be able to have a time that sticks with you for that long, or to have
That's
little
memory.
things like that. Man, I have hundreds of those with all my dudes up there.
Memory, right? Good memories.
I definitely want to see that. Jimmy's confirming that 0 hour that had closest to 400 to 500 mag players.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you, each and every one of you guys, for being on the panel. I do appreciate you guys, coming on, and all the comments for everybody. I'm sure there'll be more comments coming in. There is an event coming up multiple events coming up next weekend. There's one event going on right now at OXCC, Super Game. I was going to go. More comments are coming in. I guess we don't have much time to read the rest of the comments, but I was going to go to Super Game, but I am on standby now because we are going to be possibly getting hit with a hurricane. So Verizon is now on standby. But with that being said, guys, again, thank you so much. Ghost, Ed, Beast, thank you so much. And to you guys, the community, keep the love and support coming in. Hope to see you at at our events, at multiple events that we go to. We have a big event coming up on the 29th August at Cousins in Manchester. Ed, you want to go ahead and open it up? You are the mastermind.
So yes, it'll be our first MAGFED Ferrari for the East Coast. We're expecting all of you. I am trying to get as much cameramen out there, so look your best out there and have fun. And we will talk more at the day of event about missions. Pretty much it's just give you a taste on what we are going to do and give you a little taste on our future tournaments. So you will be having an idea on how things will roll. And like I said, any opinions or if you feel like something could be done better, we take the feedback, good or bad. I will take the feedback and I'll do my best to fix. That's the best I can do for you. So I hope to see you guys there, and we'll definitely talk more about it. We're getting closer on the date. I know as of right now, Cousins is going to work with us for that event and also the Ghost event for May of 2022. So that one will be our next one to build, but definitely come out, try it out, see what you think. If you have any opinions, you could always message me. If you have an opinion now and you want to message me, go for it. And I will always try to make things better as best as I can.
All right. Do you have an Instagram page or a way to, they can get hold of you through Instagram?
You could always go on s1e2 on Facebook or Instagram. I am quick to respond. I'm on it, so is my girl, so we will see the message. And I'm like I stated, if it's an opinion that you have an idea and I can do it, we'll do it. So definitely contact me. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. I always take opinions.
All right. With that being said, anything else, guys? All right.
And see you soon.
Definitely.
Yeah, good talking with you, gentlemen.
All right, guys.
Fast healing, bro.
All righty.
Thanks, man. Good shit.
Are we done?
I believe so.